Welcome, magnificent melanated people, to the Millennial.
Hey, excuse me. Have you already heard about the Millennial Mindset podcast?
Well, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I have. My name is Shun.
And I'm Chauncey.
In just a few moments, the show will begin.
During this episode, we hope that you gain some valuable information that you can apply to your everyday life, even if it's just a laugh to get you through the day.
Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned.
So for our individual viewing and for us here as well, when we go to the grocery store, what do we need to be looking at?
That was a good ass question.
Child, y'all just want me to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Grandma, I love you. Before I said it, it's all bullshit. I'm kidding, but even organic, I found out facts about that. Even quote unquote organics be sprayed with pesticides. It's a way they can finagle and still be able to go by organic. So one of y'all know the facts. Go look it up. Okay, there's something they can do to get through the and finagle that way to be able to say organic, and it's not what we think. Oh, organic is all natural. No, it's still because. So your best bet is getting your local farmer. Your local, if you're smoking, I'm kidding, but stay out of them dispensaries. Cause like all they do is chemicals. Like it's not a conspiracy no more. Why every time you look at the sky, it's a chemtrail in the sky. Like this, you can see it for yourself. I'm just pointing out what's been going on. Like, so when it comes to the big corporations and all, none of it is legit. It's all bullcrap.
Yeah,
it's all about the Benjamins, baby, and they all in cahoots because we're gonna give you stuff to f up your insides and then send you to big pharma, and we know there's a cure. All we gotta tell you is to eat fruit and vegetables. Come on, all we gotta tell y'all is to eat y'all fruits and veggies. Stop eating this bull crap. You'll be healed. But we're gonna give you medication that's gonna mess something else up. And you got to come back to get the medication you first came for and whatever else just messed up. And it's not even curing it. It's just subside. It's like an ibuprofen for a health ailment. It's just subsiding the time.
That's really
when all you got to do is eat fruit for 30 days and boom, all is gone.
That's really
niggas got herpes out here and think it's the end of the world.
That's really how everything is. Because when I learned that sugar-free wasn't truly sugar-free, I was so hurt.
Can we I got to debunk this. Please don't think when you're going to McDonald's and getting a supersized everything and then getting a Diet Coke, you're doing anything at all. You might as well have gotten a real Coke, straight up, because the chemicals that they're putting in the Diet Coke is straight cancer. Like, it's a lot of, that's my main thing. Read your ingredients. You can't pronounce it, put it down. Put it down. It's giving lab experiment. You put it in your body. Just put it down. And like get hip on cancer agents. Like MSG is a big one. Monosodium glutamate. I know y'all heard of MSG. And aspartame, which is gonna be in your bubble gums, different flavored stuff, your sugar frees. You can. That's another thing, cause y'all be thinking when people become health conscious, we eating grass and dirt. Listen, hold on. I can't make this up. I can't make this up, y'all. Cause like, don't think you can't still. What's really crazy? Can't make this up. Whoever looking on here, y'all see food, right? I was literally about to show you the food. And I just opened up my phone to this. This is meant to be. Is it giving vegan? Fact. Is it giving vegan though? Is it giving vegan? Can we be for real though? It's not giving vegan. It's whole vegan. So like they be having us. Okay, all your power.
I need to get out a notebook or something. I'm wait.
You really be. You don't have to poison yourself. You can still. You don't have to deprive yourself to become healthier. You feel me? Like your cheat meals should be. You can say how your cheat meals, but it's not flesh. It's not dairy. Stuff that causes. Okay, every disease is caused by mucus. And all of our diets.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a video of that dude talking about that.
Right.
And I was like, wait, I see making too.
And our diets on a regular causes nothing but mucus. If you didn't have any mucus in your body, you can get sick. That's why being alkaline is so important. That's why they talk about alkalinity, because when you're completely alkaline, no disease can thrive. So when it comes to like you hear the church folks say, "Oh, the enemy plotting and the devil," you in the conscious community, you might hear them talking about higher ups in the royal bloodlines, Illuminati, whatever you say. Remember, there's laws to the universe. This is factual, and there's a law. It's called a law of duality and law of polarity. So where there's,
I was gonna say.
I wouldn't know none of this. I don't know why I'm shaking my head because I don't even know who Josh is, but it's clicking though.
After the episode. Yeah. One of my friends, Josh, we had a lot of conversation about duality and stuff before I invited him.
How would I know that?
Hey.
You feel me? But
His biggest points, he strictly believes in it.
because the laws of the universe is God's law. God made the universe, right? So universal laws is laws of.
So when we get off of the food, let's
Mhm.
talk about that because I'm trying to actually understand all of this
This is
duality stuff, and I haven't necessarily had the time to be able to delve as deeply into it as I would like to. But this seems like a perfect opportunity to kind of learn.
Well, that was a smooth ass sentence you just said right there, Brian. I'm so proud of you speaking.
Hey,
It was so intricate how he put it. But duality, okay. Where there's light, there's dark. Where there's good, there's evil. So polar opposites. So you hear a lot of people and they're talking about evolution, right? Like, oh, they're going from the dark to the light, or they're evolving, or they're getting better. Like, there's always going to be. Ooh, I'm finna tie it in. It's time. These downloads finna hit. I know y'all got it. I'm finna break it. I'm finna use the Bible. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to use today. Law of duality, which is a law of God, right? So we're gonna go to the Bible. The word, God was the word, and the word was God. That's the thing. God was the word, and the word was God. And I'm finna go. I haven't even looked and studied all books, but I remember some key points. Go to the Bible, heaven, hell. You feel me?
Right.
Good, bad.
Yeah.
7 virtues, 7 deadly sins. Lucifer, Jesus,
Yeah.
angels, demons. You see, it's all there. It's all
You
there.
There's a phrase they say, "As above, so below."
So below. Mm.
I've even read at some certain points where when they talk about Christianity, they'll bring the duality aspects in, and they're like, well, God is the light, and then Satan is just the dark version of like the same entity or being.
Now, ooh, that. Let me get you. Okay, look. Okay, so like you said, it's all the same entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
They tell you in the Bible as well, you're made in the image of God, right?
Yep.
And so you learn that God is all, right? So which means all energy. So what most people don't facts. What people don't be realizing, the Bible is a book full of allegories. It's like a blueprint. It's teaching. You feel me? A lot of people take it super duper literal.
Right.
Didn't Jesus say, "Don't worship me because we're made in the same likeness? So you can do what I do."
Whew.
So if
Wait a
okay,
minute.
let's look at the 7 virtues and the 7 deadly sins, right? When I'm being virtuous, I'm Jesus. You feel me? When I'm operating the 7 deadly sins, I'm the devil.
Yeah.
Your flesh is the beast, right? And you have a soul that drives this flesh, right? So your flesh is the devil. Your higher consciousness, which is what controls this flesh, is Jesus, quote unquote. Because you hear people say all the time, Christ consciousness, right? So it's when you become aware of things, when you become conscious of it, you know right from wrong, right?
Right.
And so now you have the option, you have free will like God to do right or wrong. You feel me? But you have a choice whether you're going to be Jesus or you're going to be Lucifer. You have a choice. Law of duality. It is. There's going to be good. There's going to be evil. There's going to be good. There's going to be bad. There's going to be light. There's going to be dark. And that's a big part of awakening too, is acceptance. Like,
the light casts a darkness or a longer shadow.
So, are all forms of duality good and bad, or can it be like a bit neutral?
Honestly, I feel like if you're looking at it from your higher consciousness, I feel like everything is neutral because everything just is. But if we're looking at it on a construct so we can understand things, yeah, because we had to give things certain titles so we
Right.
understood, but like,
Mhm.
okay, say for instance, before I called this a cup. It just was, right?
Right.
And so I came as a human, I had to come and give it a name. Like, oh, this is a cup.
Mhm.
But like it already was before I gave it a title. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to good and bad, it's an energy. You see
I
me?
I think very
He took off his glass. I
think
ain't gonna
very
lie.
similarly with that because everything is really like based off of perspective.
Mm.
Like something can be good, and I think there's a ultimately a baseline, but
Yeah.
everything is kind of based off perspective. That's why
Yeah.
I say I wouldn't. That's why I abandoned like the thought of like hero versus villain. It's just
Mm.
I'm doing the things that I believe in because what I believe in, like sides of war, if you fight for your country, you murdering and killing other people. So to them, you're not doing the right thing. But to you, you're doing that so you can come back home to your family and your people. You're a hero somewhere, but you're a
Oh, it's
villain
a
to
bit
somebody else. It's
all
just perspective.
duality.
You're doing the good thing, and you're
It's a
on
law.
your side, you're doing the good thing, and
Come
they're doing the
on.
bad thing. On their side, you're doing the bad thing, and they're doing the good thing. Everything is a concept, like she was saying. That's just a cup. That I only call that the cup, so I can help. It helps me understand, and it helps me be able to relay that image. If I say cup, you know what a cup is, so you know what I'm talking about.
But and then we're talking about the energy. We gave a title to an energy.
Right.
Or when perfect example, go back to the Bible. They give a specific name to an entity. Like, oh, I'm gonna say
Mhm.
Jezebel. I know when people hear Jezebel,
Right.
automatically, oh, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that. But we know the energy we're talking about, but we gave it a name. So that's just
Exactly.
like energy, right? Energy
It's just
can't be
what we
created
do
nor
as
destroyed.
humans and in society to assign things so that we can all help understand each other and
Facts.
relay information.
Facts. And at the end of the day, we really just read the energy because we are energy. Like we're all a ball of energy for real. And so there's a lot of yeah, you're witnessing awakenings happening on the camera. We waking up over here.
So,
Facts.
so now I'm trying to understand, how do I attain this higher understanding
Thought you
of
never
self?
had.
Because you remember in
I
our
was gonna
previous
say
episode with
enlightenment.
John, he
Yeah.
was talking about as you understand more or become, I guess, more
More
aligned with
enlightened.
yourself, more
Mhm.
enlightened, then everything starts to kind of, you start to lose all of the,
Right.
I guess, classifications because you
Like
kind of
Yeah.
understand it in a high. I hope y'all have been enjoying this episode so far.
Pretty
It's
nice.
been a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is a little bit blown. I'm
You look
trying
like
to
you just
I'm trying to grasp everything and I'm trying to retain, I'm trying to understand it so that I can apply it to my life. You know what
he
I'm
not
saying?
he not hip to the original people language. He with the young folks and all this stuff. You know, he's
All this, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not the most well versed in spirit, and the understanding of self, but that's why we're here trying to have this conversation today. So that's what I'm trying to get out of this conversation. That ain't the purpose of the conversation, because we still want to we want y'all to help, understand the same stuff that we understand.
produce a little valuable
So it's like,
tidbits for you.
but I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm over here trying to, I'm
Yeah,
processing right
he
now.
over here blind as hell right now.
Process. You right. I can't see. But I had to do it for
Oh.
dramatic effect.
Hey, man, blind as shit.
Hey,
Eyes squinting.
you right. Cause I couldn't see not a thing.
Woo. Boy, that's funny as hell.
But you know how when folks lose their sight, they start to
So you had to take off the glasses so that you can
so that my
further
mind could process
perceive all the
better.
information that you were
Yes.
receiving.
It's like take away one so that the resources going to that can go to me.
I see what it is.
I got a download one time. For every chapter in the Bible, there's a chapter in your life. that's gonna line up with it. I say facts. So
Oh, whoa. Damn.
when it comes to the mark of the beast, y'all don't realize you already took it. You're eating flesh. You out here hunting like an animal. You out here eating like an animal.
Damn.
You feel me? So whatever you put in your body, how you act, that's you. You don't even realize you've been animalistic this whole time.
So for those of us who aren't as privy to different terminologies, what is the mark of the beast?
Okay. So biblically, correct me if I'm wrong, because I be like I research well, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I was a lazy A student, so really I got a little spoiled because I can just sit down and meditate, and then when I need to know come. But I'm not gonna lie, like I just be studying and going as hard as I do. Wherever I'm supposed to know, come to me. You feel me? Like so. When it comes to the mark of the beast, it's the so-called number you get from quote unquote Satan, Lucifer, right? You're marked as one of his. And so we just talked about earlier energy. It is. It is. But it's symbolic. You feel me? So, and that's why it's so important. It's another thing to my Christian babies. If your book is telling you God was the word and word was God, right? Which is keying back to knowledge, right? We all know that they stripped us of knowledge, right? When we talk about the enemy, quote unquote, the less you know, the more of a slave you are, right? So if you know they captivated your people and took away your roots and gave you what they wanted you to know and just gave you one book, right? And we already know a tactic to war is to conquer and divide, right? So if we split everybody up and got everybody thinking they got the one book, the secret to it all, and y'all don't know. It's been the knowledge that y'all need is in everybody's word. You're missing so much.
Now, before you continue, I
Yeah.
just gotta let these people know that that concept right there was what got me on the path of trying to like get my life together.
Wow.
Because
That's crazy.
up in Athens, I was looking at this dude video. He started talking about some real spiritual stuff. He was talking about like a what's it called? It's like it was a cave example where these people were in the cave and these folks was like
Cave
showing them.
allegory with the dark.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like the cave allegory where they were showing like the little pictures of the animals, and that's all those people
They
knew.
were more primitive as they
Yes,
were
and
in the
then
dark,
as they
but
started to come out, they started to
Yeah.
understand more. But when they got outside, it was so bright that they was like,
Let me tell you something.
okay, so for the people who tend to have younger souls, how would one go about maturing their soul or in just getting more in tune with that type of stuff?
Exactly what you said, becoming more in tune. You have to realize we were born in this world, but we're not of it. They always teach us that you are not of it. We already know these vessels are very temporary. So you have to start getting more in tune with your soul, which is eternal. You feel me? Like this is temporary. So like it's gonna take those times of really sitting in solitude and just being so you can connect with your innermost self, if that makes sense. Like that's why you hear a lot of conscious people that always speak on meditating, because that's the time where you're just being and you're becoming consciously aware of the thoughts from your quote unquote ego and messages from I don't care if you say God, Allah, source, spirit, whatever you say, it's a higher power outside of you. And so most of for the most part, you really get to connect when it's just you, just being. Because like when you're sitting and meditating, you're for one grounding because you need to be present, and then you're able to receive. It's something about the 7, right? Because you see our name, the 7 chakra. Oh, I wasn't even finna say that.
Yeah, we were talking about
I was about to say the 7 deadly sins and the 7 virtues, right? And this is a download I got, and I haven't seen nobody else like talk about this. How your 7 chakras that they speak of, we have that we utilize lines up with your chakras. Like when it comes to think the 7 deadly sins and the 7 virtues, right? One's high vibrational, one's low vibrational. We are doing one of the virtues is balancing a certain chakra. That
Mhm.
makes sense. Like, because okay, say for instance, you have your throat chakra, right? That controls communication, how you express yourself. So you can have an underactive throat chakra, or you can have an overactive throat chakra. So I noticed, like, when it comes to, that's why they say God was the word, because if you just focus on one, there's so much you're missing, because you're gonna notice how all the dots start connecting for real. And I started realizing how certain virtues helps balance a chakra, which you need for alignment. You feel me? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Then they said in something about seven, God created the world in 7 days, right? 7 days,
Yeah.
something like that. I think it's in there. So it's something about seven in alignment.
The world very much revolves around numbers, though. It's like a number system to flowers and like
Fibonacci
everything.
sequence. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. The Okay, so that's what I want to speak on too, because I know a lot of, especially people in the Christian community, they feel like anything outside of the Bible is demonic. Low vibrational is none but the devil. But like y'all books say know thyself. So if there's a way for, okay, ology is the study of, right? So you have numerology, the study of numbers.
Hmm.
You have astrology, the study of stars. So like a lot of people don't realize how much information that holds when it comes to you learning yourself for real. Because like I said, for instance, we could all be Scorpios, right? It's 3 Scorpios sitting. But if I'm somebody that's not consciously aware, like, hold on, we have a whole birth chart.
Hmm.
Like where you were born plays a part. Like, think about a map. You know how it's longitude, latitude,
Right.
everything's really specific. So the stars, where you were born, the city, and the time all have a specific part when it comes to your birth chart. So a lot of people don't know, like, how when people be like your life is written, you
Hmm.
don't really get that because you're not looking into this science. Because like I said, we're all Scorpios, right? And like you said, oh, I know my sun, my rising, and my moon, right?
Hmm.
But you don't really know why that's important, right? Okay, so say for instance, and this is a big example of, like, oh, you was like, why we come here? It's to evolve and learn and to ascend. You feel me? And you ascend with more knowledge, and the more that you grow, right? The more you elevate, it's because you got more knowledge and you did, you kept
Right.
progressing. So when it comes to lessons, like say for instance, okay, this is an example how serendipity can be a lesson to help you grow. So we're all 3 Scorpios, right? And so they tell you in the Bible, you were born sinner, right? And we know now in real terms we were born in a trauma. We know it was generational curses our families was dealing with, and we was born straight into it, and in turn it traumatized us, and we have stuff we have to heal the generational curses, right? So now say for instance the universe is lining things up to help you heal this. So I might be a Scorpio. I keep secrets, I don't express myself, I hold on to a lot of information, right? And so my son might be Scorpio, but my moon sign, which is how I deal with emotions, might be in the sign of Libra. Libras are known for lying, right? So if I'm a
Yeah,
Scorpio,
man.
they call them lying ass Libras. They know how to lie. So so say for instance, I'm a Scorpio, my sun sign Scorpio, that's me,
Hmm.
my birthday, right? And my moon's in Libra. But this Scorpio's moon sign is in a fire sign.
Hmm.
And this Scorpio's sun sign is in an earth sign, right? So where
Actually is.
how would
Yeah.
I know? How would I know? That's crazy. But so say for instance, okay, spirit is trying to show me, hey, you have to stop internalizing so much and you need to start expressing yourself. And this one that's is moon sign is in a fire sign, hey, you are too impulsive with your emotions. You go off as soon as you feel something. So spirit might have us like this, people will say karmic relationships. Spirit might have us meet serendipity. We
Hmm.
meet right place, right time. But it's a reason why we're in each other's lives, because this one's a fire sign in their moon placement, and I'm a water sign, well, a earth sign in mine. And so there's certain things that this individual might need to learn from me and vice versa, but we're both dealing with
To
the same
balance it out.
issue, communication. But you're under. And so now all the relationships in your life mirrors. Remember that. Anything that's triggering you is because it's within. You feel me? You know? Is
I don't even got no concrete to spin. I'm just
it's
finna
making
dang.
sense?
I'm just finna
Am I breaking this down good, y'all?
because
Okay.
here's the crazy. So I will use myself and my girlfriend as an example.
Right.
So I'm much more chill. I'm much
Mhm.
more, just kind of reserved to myself, and she's a lot more outgoing and like the absolute opposite of me. And I mean, we've talked about this before about how we're trying to both kind of become more like each other because we're like extremes of both of those. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the signs. I'm still trying to understand all that stuff. But
Pisces.
yeah.
Hey sis,
Glad
I'm gonna meet you soon.
glad I told her. 'Cause
Okay, but he knew that. He already knew. He just didn't remember he knew what he knew. But it's okay. We're not gonna talk about it. But the reason so I know you was like, here you go, ask about zodiacs. I know a lot of people ask. But like I said, like you have to know at this point there's no debunking when it comes to reincarnation, bro. It's too much confirmation, too many stories about people recounting lives and all this. Like we hear all the time, oh, that's an old soul. That's a it's nothing to doubt. It's nothing to doubt no more. So when it comes to when you're reincarnated, you're born at a specific place at a specific time, and it plays a part in your whole chart. So before you're so incarnated here, you signed up for certain lessons, trials, tribulations for your soul's evolution. So what's crazy, oddly enough, y'all signed up to be born in y'all families. You said I'm gonna be the one to break these curses. I'm gonna go through all this bull crap, but I'm finna be that one. You feel me? And even though I know why, I still be questioning like, bro, yeah. So that's how you're getting your ass tapped. Just want to let you know, your soul signed up for this. You thought you was for it tough, and you said to hell with it. I'm gonna be the one for the family. So now we gotta complete the mission. Cause higher stuff just be wilding, but we doing it though. We're doing it. We're doing it. But I ain't gonna lie. I was answering one of your questions. Your chart, okay. You and your I'm gonna say future wife. I'm gonna manifest it on his behalf. I'm put it out there. I'm put that there. Okay. But when it comes to why it's so important to know your chart, in my humble opinion, because you hear people in the church speak of all the time, like your enemy know your weaknesses, right? So if say for instance, I'm a cold basketball player, right? And I study my opponent's weaknesses. Like I know, oh, they left hand weak. I know the attack they left hand and da da da. So if I'm the enemy and I know you don't know this about yourself, I know what to attack fast. So, but if this person was more self-aware and knew the importance of their birth chart and astrology and numerology, if they knew their birth time and their literal name has a literal confirmation about your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing in life, y'all don't know none of this because y'all go based off of what one person said in the church, and literally all the answers you've been seeking are right in your face. Literally your birth time, your name, all of this has meaning. It is all purpose, but nobody pay attention to it because they got us distracted. What you eating, what you listening to. Niggas watching a Baddies Club right now. You feel me? And niggas just said UFOs is real. You know, niggas don't be paying attention. Niggas do not be paying attention. Y'all worry about a strawberry biscuit right now. And it's this type of knowledge you need
Yeah,
to.
one yet. Chauncey had it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm health conscious. I thought about it. Let me see what they hit. No, I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Feel me? Listen, even though I know I was born in the world and I'm not of it, we here. You hear me?
I mean, we gotta indulge it.
You feel me? It's a balance. It's a balance. Dabble, but that's the point. A lot of people don't know how to dabble and not fall in. Ooh, 7 deadly sins.
You talking about gluttony?
Come on. Let's talk about it. So when we we don't realize we go back and forth from Jesus and the devil all day. You always blame someone. Oh, that ain't nothing but the devil. Not even realizing it's you.
Damn.
Who controls this vessel?
That remind me. I remember what really got me
I ain't
into.
had no sense. I'll go get some potato pork. I feel like one of them days. Okay.